Hi, I'm Taylor, and this is Iron Sharpens Iron. Today we're going to practice how to start a conversation that could lead to a witness. Now for many, this can be terrifying. Why? Well, as soon as we see someone that we'd like to talk to, we can start to think to ourselves, what am I going to say? How am I going to give a witness? Or how are they going to react? And we can become so overwhelmed with anxiety or nerves, thinking about how the conversation will end, that we never even start. So here's something that we must keep in mind. Our goal is simply to start a conversation. So if we've started a conversation, we've succeeded, we've reached our goal. Then we can just relax and see if it leads to a witness. The September 2018 Life and Ministry Meeting Workbook shows us how we can start a conversation like Jesus did with the Samaritan woman in John chapter 4. So when we see someone that we would like to talk to, we want to keep these 3 steps in mind. Number 1, be friendly. And that's it. Just be friendly. Now we could be nervous, so we can say a quick prayer to Jehovah to give us courage, but then we can give a friendly greeting. Then we can mention something that's happening right then and there. Maybe the weather, the long line at the grocery store, their nice car, or another genuine compliment. Jesus, when he started his conversation in verse 7 with the Samaritan woman, he simply said, and no doubt in a friendly way, "Give me a drink."
Hi, Taylor. Quick question. How do you say to someone in a friendly way, "Give me a drink," without saying please? Give me a drink. Give me a drink. Go on, give me a drink. A drink? Me? Give me a drink. Give me a drink. Give me a drink. I'm sorry, I'm just not believing that that's how this conversation took place. If it happened, this exchange at the well between Jesus and the Samaritan woman was Jesus introducing himself by giving a woman a command. That aside, though, wow, what a creepy segment. This is Iron Sharpens Iron. It's apparently a new feature of JW Broadcasting. They're going to be getting circuit overseers come on the show and give Jehovah's Witnesses advice on how they can improve their preaching, how they can effectively strategize when it comes to methods of recruiting people, which is in and of itself quite an interesting phenomenon. It's sort of the only thing you're only interested in doing when there's an element of manipulation involved. So in this case, we have Taylor Bornschein. That name just cracks me up. I'm sure it's a real name, by the way. It just sounds like a made-up name to me. But Taylor Bornschein here is talking us through how to start a conversation. And he says,
our goal is simply to start a conversation. So if we've started a conversation, we've succeeded, we've reached our goal. Then we can just relax and see if it leads to a witness.
Does that sound to you like a normal conversation, like a proper dialogue between adults? Right off the bat, Jehovah's Witnesses are here being told, you have a goal, and your goal is to start a conversation. If there's a secondary goal, that secondary goal is for this conversation to lead to a witness. So straight away, this isn't an ordinary dialogue between 2 equals, is it? This is someone trying to manipulate. This is someone trying to proselytize to another individual to get that individual recruited into their belief system. It's not a natural situation, is it? In fact, I think the very title of this series, Iron Sharpens Iron, well, when are you going to sharpen iron? you're usually going to sharpen iron if it's a blade of some sort. So I think the title alone is quite telling. This is a predatory organization that's interested in capturing people, in using bad arguments and deception to rope people into a situation that they wouldn't knowingly and with full information at their disposal agree to. We saw this manipulative side of the preaching work played out fully in the Jade and Nita dramatizations for the Always Rejoice convention of 2020. This is what Jehovah's Witnesses are ultimately about. And again, if you're watching this as someone who's never been a witness, you just find this whole thing fascinating, and you maybe want to know more about that co-worker who's a witness or the family down the street who are witnesses. This is what they're about. They are using their JW Broadcasting monthly show to strategize about how to start and maintain a fake conversation, the aim of which is to drag you into their organization.
It's our turn to practice starting a conversation that could lead to a witness. Now, tied in with us, we have Thais and Carolina, who have joined us for a demonstration.
By the way, Thais and Carolina weren't remotely chosen for this part based on their looks.
So where are you going to try to start your conversation today?
We are in a department store.
Yes, we are in a Portuguese congregation, and it's common to hear people speak Portuguese when they're out shopping.
Excellent. So you've heard the 3 steps that we want to try. But first, let's see what could happen if we rushed the conversation.
Okay. Oi, tudo bem? I heard you speaking Portuguese. Where are you from?
Oi, I'm from Rio de Janeiro.
I'm from São Paulo. How long have you been here?
Just 3 months.
It's so hard to adjust, isn't it? You know, the Bible helped me so much when I moved here. I don't want to keep you from your shopping, but you can read the Bible in Portuguese on our website, and it has articles I know you'll find comforting.
Okay, so time out. Now, Thais, we know you rushed that on purpose. But how did it make you feel when you did?
Yeah, it didn't feel right to start witnessing so quickly, and I saw she wasn't expecting it.
Right. And Carolina, how about you? How did it make you feel?
It started okay, but then got awkward real fast.
Right. So now maybe you can show us what it's like when the conversation will progress more naturally.
Okay. Oi, tudo bem? I heard you speaking Portuguese. Where are you from?
Oi, I'm from Rio de Janeiro.
Oh, nice. I'm from São Paulo. I recognize your accent. I'm Thais.
I'm Carolina. Nice to meet you.
Wow, how long have you been here?
Only 3 months.
Well, for me, it's been 3 years, and the first was the hardest.
Yes, we finally have work, but we are still looking for a place to live. And immigration has been harder than we thought.
Wow, I'm so sorry. Do you have family with you?
My husband. We had to leave our son with my mother. I miss him so much.
Wow, that's so hard. But we have to keep trusting in God. In my case, it's what got me through.
I know, but I still worry when I don't know what he'll do for us.
Okay, so let's stop there. Really nice, thank you. So Thais, where do you feel the conversation is at this point?
Yeah, I felt like I found a good time to say something about my faith. And now she's saying how she feels.
Nice, excellent. And Carolina, how about you?
It was just a nice conversation, so when she mentioned God, it was not awkward.
Thank you, sisters, for letting us learn from your conversation. I found that helpful, and I hope you did too.
Yes, Taylor Bornschein, I did find it helpful, albeit not quite for the reasons you might think. I found this whole thing incredibly helpful in showing how fake and synthetic conversations are when a Jehovah's Witness approaches you. I mean, what on earth were we looking at there? For me, both of those examples were completely unnatural. The first one was at least over with quickly. I mean, at least she was upfront about what she wanted to do and what her objectives were. The second one, if anything, was disturbing because she was feigning personal interest and concern in the person she was talking to.
Wow, I'm so sorry. Do you have family with you?
My husband. We had to leave our son with my mother. I miss him so much.
Wow, that's so hard. But we have to keep trusting in God. In my case, it's what got me through.
That's what's expected of you if you're a Jehovah's Witness. Pretend to care. Pretend to be interested in the personal lives of the people you're speaking to, because by doing so, you stand a greater chance of manipulating them. You stand a greater chance of recruiting them into your organization. Thank you, Taylor Bornschein. Thank you, Watchtower Society, governing body, faithful slave, whoever, for making everything so blatant, so upfront. This is the organization we're dealing with. They're interested in manipulating people from the get-go, and in this case, smuggling God into the conversation one way or another, even if it's piggybacking on a genuine family problem. And it goes without saying, this is an organization that routinely separates parents from their children, which is what we're talking about here. We had to leave our son with my mother. I miss him so much. I wonder how many Jehovah's Witness parents miss their children who they're shunning so much. I wonder how many shunned children who've been disfellowshipped miss their parents so much. But when it suits the organization, they're telling Jehovah's Witnesses to pretend as though family relationships matter because it's convenient for them. It makes them look human. It makes them look like they care. But it's all fake. It's all synthetic. Actually, if I'd have been having this conversation and I met a Jehovah's Witness and they smuggled God into the conversation in such a sloppy way, what was it she said? Well, that's so hard, but we have to keep trusting in God. In my case, that's what's got me through. I would have said, oh, okay, which God? Because isn't that what most Christians assume when they say God to someone? They're just assuming that everyone accepts the Christian God, the God of the Bible, to be the God, the only God worth talking about. I would say, sorry, just to be clear, which God is it that's helped you? At which point they would probably say the God of the Bible. And I would say, well, what's been your process for disproving all of the other gods who've been worshipped throughout history? So we probably could have taken the conversation in an unexpected direction. Probably the Jehovah's Witness would have ended up scarpering. But isn't it interesting how much is assumed in these conversations? Oh, I believe in the God of the Bible, therefore you must believe in the God of the Bible too. We don't have to prove the existence of God. We don't have to disprove evolution. We don't have to show the process by which we've managed to disprove all other religions. We can just start by presupposing the God of the Bible is real. And if we talk for long enough, I'll hopefully convince you that mine is the only interpretation, the only correct interpretation of the book that we're presupposing to be God's word.